Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. I'm kalikaiz and today we're comboing off again with Basking Broodscale. This combos with Sadistic Glee to make infinite mana and just murder your opponent with makeshift munitions or Haunted Cloak for lethal trample. So this works by making infinite creatures via Basking Broodscale saying whenever it gets a counter, it creates a spawn, and that card can also be adapted for one to put a counter on it. And then we have Sadistic Glee, which is an older card. Broodscale's from Modern Horizons 3. Sadistic Glee is from Tempest. It says whenever a creature dies, put a +1/+1 counter on enchanted creature. So this card is the main combo piece. We're going to enchant the Broodscale and then make infinite mana by sacrificing our creatures. We can either have a spawn in play with Malevolent Rumble already, or we can just adapt our creature and then start going off. So this is an adaptation of the Jund list that has done well recently, playing Cleansing Wildfire to mana ramp. But I personally want to have the infinite draw engine, so I'm playing Energy Refractor instead of like Chromatic Star, and then 4 Wellspring, 4 Deadly Dispute, and 2 Fanatical Offerings as the draw package. I just think that you want to just continue going off and then draw into your win condition. Another combo in the deck is Evolution Witness, which can adapt 2 for 1 and a green, and whenever a +1/+1 counter is put on it, return a permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. So as you're drawing through your deck, you get a second Sadistic Glee, shove it on the Witness, put every single permanent from your graveyard into your hand, which is awesome. We can use Haunted Cloak, which is something I saw a Japanese player play, and draw through our deck and then attack. It's pretty sweet. And then we have Karkland Shaman for clearing ground blockers, and then Mesmeric Fiend for clearing our opponent's hand. Other decks have played Writhing Chrysalis as additional like mid-rangey version of the deck, but I just don't think it's that necessary, so I'm not going to play it. And in the sideboard, we have Duress as a 4 of, Cast into the Fire for Affinity as a 4 of, Weather the Storm for Burn as a 3 of, and 4 Lightning Bolts to disrupt other creature-based combo decks like Walls or maybe even the Storm deck. We'll see. If you're interested in checking out sideboard guides for the decks I like to play, make sure to check out the Patreon, which is patreon.com/kalikaiz. As I get ahead on videos, I'm going to be posting videos ahead of time to the Patreon as well. So check out that for get early access to videos. And make sure to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about my specific build or how the game's played, and maybe what you'd like to see. If you do want to have me play a specific deck, always available for deck donations via the Patreon. If you want to get this deck for your own battle box, check out cardmarket.com, the largest seller of Magic the Gathering cards in Europe. If you're in Europe, let's go ahead and get into the matches. Okay, we're here in round 1. We have 2 Glees, a Karkland Shaman, and Malevolent Rumble. I think I'm going to keep this. We can crack for green and then play Malevolent Rumble on turn 2. Our opponent plays a Great Furnace. So Karkland Shaman can clear the board potentially. We have the Refractor on turn 2. I'll play this out and just go ahead and sacrifice it for green right away. Forest. And then I guess I could just... I think I do want a Malevolent Rumble. Trying to figure out if I can get to the point where I can wipe the board on turn 3. We know that Burn has been kind of picking up lately because it's relatively good versus Ponza. Burn, and by Burn I mean Kuldotha Burn. This could also be Red-Black Burn. Synthesizer indicates that it's definitely regular mono red. They find a Kuldotha Rebirth, and let's see if they were digging for a land. Nope. They're going to Kuldotha the Synthesizer, finding a Tomb Raider that they can't cast. So we now need to just jam, like get some stuff on the table. If I find another land, find Mesmeric Fiend. So if I Wellspring right now, I think I'm going to Wellspring. Draw a card. I'm looking for another land so that I can cast Energy Refractor, Karkland Shaman, wipe the board. They have 5 power on the table, which is definitely scary. We're looking to kill all their creatures before they can actually land a Bushwhacker turn. Main phase for the opponent. Plays a Bushwhacker. 2 forces. So it's 11 damage. 2 free for the opponent. They were on the play that 11 damage on turn 3 and a Implement of Combustion. Nice. Land. So I can just play this Energy Refractor. I mean, I could go off next turn, maybe. Let's play the Karkland Shaman. Pass the turn. I think it's very unlikely that they don't kill me right now. They're going to combat, so we're going to wipe the board. Find a Mezfiend. Not the greatest. They play a Synthesizer and find a Blast Runner. Plays the Blast Runner, so that's 3 damage coming in. We can Malevolent Rumble. Don't really find anything good. I would just take the... I guess the Refractor. Then we'll go land and play the Mesmeric Fiend. We have 2 blockers here for the Blast Runner, and if we can rip the... Okay, let's see. Get rid of your whatever's in your hand. They have a Bolt. Blast. Okay, we're just dead here because they have 4+1. So we don't need the Mesmeric Fiends, I don't think. Just want the Weather Storms. Don't really need the Haunted Cloak. We could maybe bring in some number of Lightning Bolt. Evolution Witness combo might be too slow. Let's bring in Lightning Bolt for their stuff. Got a Blood Fountain. So I have Weather Storms and Lightning Bolts, and I'm trying to just eventually get there, I guess. Alright, game 2, we're on the play. We have Slagworks Bridge and Cleansing Wildfire, but no second land. That was a really close hand. Okay, we have Wildfire, Fanatical Offering, Bolt. I think we keep this and then get rid of a land. And then just go for the turn 2 Wildfire, get a land. Grabbing a Swamp. Alright, let's do it. Our opponent mulligans to 6. We'll play my tap land and pass the turn. Opponent leads on Mountain and Blast Runner. Could just bolt that right now. No thanks. Pass the turn. We drew another land, so I'm glad that I discarded or put the land on the bottom. They play a Reckless Lackey. They're going to swing in for 1, it looks like. Okay. We're going to Wildfire the land. Grabbing Swamp. Play a Bridge. Now I could go ahead and play the Broodscale and then adapt it right away. And then they have to deal with a 3/3. Then if they go after it, I can just Deadly Dispute it. Maybe that's not perfect. Lightning Bolt. Go ahead and bolt their creature. Play a land. Play a Broodscale. And then if they go for Bolt on the Broodscale, I can adapt it. If they crack the Implement, I can also just adapt it, and then I'll have my Scion. Alright, we're going to adapt the Broodscale and pass the turn. So now I have a 0/1 Scion. Always yes, always yield to this. We get a spawn. Likely they try to kill the Broodscale. Yep. Ha 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 ha. Galvanic Blast. Okay, so they have to use 2 cards to kill it. That's great for me. Let's we can Fanatical Offering and then Deadly Dispute the map. Fanatical Offering, finding Gleez. We can now Deadly Dispute the map token. Well, we can Fanatical Offering again. And I'll pass the turn. I'm almost at the point where I can just like slam a Weather. Let's see what they do. Kuldotha Rebirth, sacrificing their own land. 2 mana available. Looks like they're going to hold up interaction. We'll Deadly Dispute the map token. Finding Energy Refractor and Rumble. So let's play the Rumble, I guess. Well, I want to Energy Refractor first because then we can get the blind draw. Draw another Refractor. Play the Refractor. Now I can just Deadly Dispute the Refractor and then play Weather the Storm. Deadly Dispute, land. I don't even have to use my thing. Cast Weather the Storm. That's the turn. So we do have the Glee Broodscale in hand, but we cannot just jam it into their open mana. They attack us for 3. Pass the turn. I guess I don't really have any other interaction, do I? I have like, I'm going to Malevolent Rumble. So I have the Blood Fountain. And I can get back my Broodscale. But I can't get back the munitions. I can't get back the Blood Fountain because I took that all out. Okay, I'll take the Blood Fountain. We'll play the Blood Fountain. And then I guess I can play the Broodscale out and then look to like adapt it on the end of their turn and see what they do. They go for Bolt, then I can get back both my Broodscales, then I have double Glee, double Broodscale. Let's see what happens here. Should play the Broodscale, right? Yeah. Play the Broodscale out. They're tapping a mana. They have a Bolt. A Bushwhacker. I don't care about Bushwhacker. But now I think I just win here, probably. Let's see. Okay, so if I adapt right now, I get his spawn. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and block. Take 6. They didn't do anything. They have a post-combat bolt. Goblin grenade. Okay, that is fine. Because now I can just get them both back and then win the game. Blood Fountain, get back the 2 Broodscales. Uh-oh. Okay, play Broodscale. Play the Glee. And make a creature. So now I have an infinite powered Broodscale. And then I'll just make some more Broodscales. Green. So now we have infinite blocks too. They scoop it up. I mean, we weren't going to win that turn, but I mean, we were pretty wide and we were going to weather the storm, so it was pretty unlikely for them to win. We did the thing. Maybe I do want the Evolution Witness in the deck, and then I can take out something. Do I even care about the makeshift munitions? I think I can... It's too bad I don't have like a permanent that deals damage other than the munitions. It'd be nice to have like Pirate Spellbomb here. Let's see. All right, we're gonna do it this way. Magic Mamu. We're on the draw. Okay, so here we have Broodscale, we have Rumble, and a Bridge. I think it's okay. We're pretty close. Opponent plays Mountain and a Blast Runner. We don't have the Bolt this time. I'll play my Black Bridge. So now if I go Brutes, if I Refractor, if I've Rumbled this turn, and then they tap out and I draw the Glee, then I can go off. They're going to attack for 3. Bridge. We're going to Rumble looking for a KCS. Find the Krark. Pass the turn. Opponent cracks their implement. Right now we have... You can go Bridge, and then Refractor, Krarkland Shaman, wipe their board. But that would require using the spawn. They're attacking for 4. Okay. Let's cast Energy Refractor. Draw a card. Okay, there we go. Draw a card. We find Evolution Witness. Whoa, I just nailed my... Sorry, I nailed that. Let's see. Witness can get back the Refractor later. Play the Krarkland Shaman. Play my Slag Bridge. Pass the turn. I don't know if I care about 2 damage right now. I can maybe just take it. Stops them from putting stuff on the table. And then I can use the Blood Fountain for more artifacts on the table that I can sacrifice. I guess I'm kind of hoping to draw into Chain Lightning from the opponent. Okay, so they might just have lethal here. They need 2 more burn spells. Nothing. Okay. We have a Wellspring. Play the Wellspring out, draw a card. Another Krark. Play my Blood Fountain. I think I kill their 2 creatures and then play another Krark out. So I'm going to attack for 1. So sacrifice this. Sacrifice this. Your 2 creatures are dead. Play Krarkland Shaman. They play a Synthesizer. So if I find Sadistic Glee, I can kill my Shaman to put the counter on the Broodscale. If I play an Epicure, we go to 6. We are close to dead. 2 burn spells kills me. So I need to find Weather the Storm. Find a Deadly Dispute. Going to Deadly Dispute the Energy Refractor. Looking for Weather. Find a Glee Broodscale. They have 1 card in hand. I guess I have to go for the Broodscale Glee combo, and then they have to use their burn spell on it. They discard a Raise. So now unfortunately we don't have a way to kill their stuff. Like if they have 6 damage, we're just dead. So I have to play the Dross Forge Bridge and then pass the turn, I think. So they could go Kuldotha, Bushwhacker, kill me. I don't have anything to do right now. Going to pass. They have 5 cards in hand. They crack the Synthesizer. Not a sign of strength. Finds a Galvanic Blast. So I think we're going to win. They go Galvanic Blast on the Krarkland Shaman. I'll sacrifice a Bridge. Kill a bunch of creatures. And now I have the Broodscale combo. And we win. Sweet. That was really tight. All right, we'll see in round 2. All right, we're in round 2 versus Qua. We're gonna mulligan. We only have 1 land. And 1 land again, mulligan. 2 lands. We can rumble. Let's keep this one. Get rid of Blood Fountain and the second rumble or the Fanatical Offering. I guess it's the offering. We're looking for a red land so we can wildfire. Our opponent keeps 7. Scary. Volatile Fjord indicates Jeskai Ephemerate or maybe blue-red Scred. Play a forest, pass the turn. It'd be hard to beat that kind of deck. Plays an island. Let's see if they'll allow me to have a Malevolent Rumble. All right, let's just play this bridge actually, since we have the wildfire ready. Maybe we just continue passing, although they've got 4 mana. Play my swamp and pass the turn. They kind of have to respect the combo and not just slam the Monarch. Maybe they will not respect the combo. They do. Okay. Let's start on a Wellspring. So we're playing around Spell Pierce. Do you care about countering a Wellspring? It's kind of like a weak thing to counter. They're going to Brainstorm in response. Okay. We do have Mesmeric Fiends in the deck, right? So we can Enduresses post board. We're going to draw a card. Deadly Dispute's nice. So we can dispute... I think I'm going to Rumble, actually. I don't want to dispute on their end step because of Spell Pierce. It looks like they do have the Spell Pierce. Perilous Landscape. We find a Root Walla. Or another Broodscale, I mean. Let's start with Rumble. We find Wellspring or a land. I think I'm just going to take the land. And then play it. Now I can Wildfire here. No Spell Pierce available for the opponent. They're going to Brainstorm again. Shuffles off the landscape. Getting an island. 5 cards in hand. So what do we want to get? We have green, green, black, black. This is probably can also get something. So really need a, I guess we just take another mountain and then we get a forest here. We found a bridge off the wildfire. Plays an admiral. Okay. So they're going to bury us in card advantage now. We'll see what happens. I'll get a forest. We're going to start with Deadly Dispute on the Wellspring. Find a wildfire. So we could wildfire their land and stop them from having a counterspell. Cleansing wildfire your land. They can't have a bolt or a counterspell after the wildfire resolves. And then we'll have a really, really big Broodscale. Assuming they don't have a Spell Pierce as well in hand. So if they don't have Spell Pierce, then we go Broodscale, Glee the Broodscale. We have the treasure token left over. Oh, that doesn't work. Because then we can't sacrifice and get the mana. They're going to Brainstorm in response. Okay, their land goes away, but they do get the shuffle off the wildfire. Find a tap land. So we will go green, Broodscale, put the Glee on, see if they found a Spell Pierce. They did not. All right. So now we have an infinitely large creature, and we can start jamming in next turn. They have to continuously chump, which means that we'll get more and more chumpers on our own as well. All right. Navigated it. Unfortunately, I don't have the ability to make infinite mana and like go off this turn because I don't have the Energy Refractor in hand. That's okay. I'm just going to make this like a 20-20 and then pass the turn. All right, now it's a 22-22. Pass the turn, losing a bunch of mana. Wonder if they have something like Echoing Truth in their deck. They can't attack with the Admiral because I have a 22-22 creature. They play a Murmuring Mystic. That's going to give them chumpers. I'm just not going to cast a spell. I'm just going to attack. And then they want to cast a spell to get a bird. It's fine. Swing. They block with their Azure Fleet Admiral. That's a surprise. We get a creature. So let's sacrifice, make a green, cast Malevolent Rumble, finding another Glee. Okay. So we can make 2 really big creatures. Let's go make some mana with the spawns, and then we can play the other Broodscale, and then our opponent will counter the Glee. Broodscale. And then maybe I can Witness to get back the Glee, to get back the energy refractor and like get back everything and then just win. So let's go black, Glee on this. Have the counterspell. Okay, that's sort of what I expected. Okay, so now we go green, Evolution Witness, make mana. Mana, we Deadly Dispute on the spawn. Then we get the green mana with which to adapt, with which to get back the sadistic Glee. Okay, green, adapt, get back the Glee. Too free. Too free for the Glee. Okay, Glee over here. Now it's gonna be I mean, we won. I don't remember. We didn't win any games yet. Let's get back our energy refractor. I remember that we won versus the mono red. This just feels like it's been going on for a long time. Okay, they lose, we win. So you could have gotten back all of your stuff and just started drawing cards. Although we wouldn't have drawn too much. We just would have had some really huge creatures. Very nice. So we don't need the Croakland Shaman. Don't think we need, I mean, Cloak or Munitions, right? Doesn't really matter either way. Cloak probably isn't necessary. We can Duress, 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 and another Duress. So what else are, that's all my Duresses, right? Yep. So what can we take out otherwise? It's sort of hard to see the deck for sure when it's in pile mode like this. But I don't think I need Bolts or Cast into Fires or Weathers. I just want a lot of interaction. Maybe one Mesmeric Fiend's not that good. We'll just 4 Duress, 2 Fiends. Otherwise, I think the deck is fine. Okay, we have Duress. We've got Glee, Rumble. Seems fine. So we can lead on our black land so I can Duress on turn 2 if I want to. And also try to protect our combo with the Duress. They go Island. Play my bridge and pass the turn. I wonder if they have Cast into the Fire so when it bridges. Kind of annoying. No Cast into the Fire. Let's start with a Duress. Especially after having drawn a second one. Let's see if they counterspell. I mean, basically I'm just trying to Duress to get rid of your counters and interaction. So if you use interaction, then it's not that helpful for you. They're brainstorming. Okay, so that does help because it allows them to save something in their hand from our Duress. Ooh. They got rid of any hits. Very nice. Nicely done. Plays a land. Let's go Refractor. We counter the Refractor. Play a bridge. Probably going to slam the Murmuring Mystic. Okay, so now they can't interact with my thing. Let's see what's up in their hand. Scred. Okay. Let's try Malevolent Rumble. We find the Broodscale. And now I can play the Broodscale and have Glee up for the next turn. Guess we just go for it. So they would have had to have interaction on the top. They played a tap line that we knew about. Let's attempt to, I guess if we Rumble, we might find a Mesmeric Fiend. There we go. Then I'll go land, play the Mesmeric, oops. Yeah, play the Mesmeric Fiend this way because we want to save the spawn token. Counterspell in hand. All right, let's just Glee it up. You are dead, Zo. Guess that was easy. Feels very strong. All right, now we're gonna make a giant creature. Let's draw a card. All right, so we don't have very much going on, but we do have a 20/20, right? And then we'll attack. Take a couple of minutes to just make it big. I think I want to make it like a 25 because then if they Echoing Truth is sadistically, it's still a lethal threat. All right, 25 power. Send. What do you got? I assume you're blocking. Okay, they block. So we know they have an island in hand. We have multiple creatures. So they have to have something really, really good right now. Plays a land. Admiral. Okay. So we get to attack and take the Monarch back. I guess there's a possibility that they draw into a Scred. And then they can Scred the Fiend and still block and maintain the Monarch. Okay, they bolt the Fiend. They get the counterspell back. They get to maintain the Monarchy. We actually now can cycle for Jund. I haven't done this before. Cycle. Fractor. Okay. Sacrifice this. Cast a Refractor. Looking for the... okay, we didn't find anything. Let's attack you for 29. They have Counterspell in hand, so they have to continuously draw creatures. If they don't draw a creature this turn, they're pretty dead, because we'll take the Monarchy back. Looks like no creature for our opponent. They draw for turn, and they scoop it up. Sweet. On to round 3. Okay, we're here in round 3 versus Archer Costa, who has been on Elves. And I think I'm going to keep this. It's a weird keep. What I want to do is find a way to go Fiend, Dispute the Fiend, but I don't think that's going to be a thing. Conduit Pylons. They're probably dredging. If I had to guess, I would guess Dredge here. Roll of Khazad-dûm to the graveyard. Looking for a energy. Witness is fine. I was hoping to find a Wildfire off the top, given our not very good keep at this point. They play Exhume, expect their Troll. All right, finding a Wellspring's good, but we're sort of in a rush now. Forest is good. We're taking 6, and then we're going to run a 4-turn clock. Plays a Scrapwork Mutt. Stinkweed him to the graveyard. So this is 6 and then 8/8. I think I'm gonna just Deadly Dispute right now. See what I find. Broodscale. We have the combo, so I can just play the Broodscale. Doesn't really get me anywhere. If I play Rumble right now, then next turn I can go combo into Rumble. If I Rumble right now, I can maybe find a Refractor. There's the Refractor. Okay, your turn. We're gonna discard the 2 bridges. We have most of our combo. We're gonna attack for 8. They play Rebel Belt Maverick. So they did not take away my spawn token, and I think they're dead. Super duper dead. Find Dread Return. Attack for 8. Okay. Turn 4 for them. This is turn 4 for me. Green, Broodscale, Glee, and Sacrifice. Oops. Always yes, always yield on this. And then here we go. Okay, I made some mana. I'm gonna Refractor, draw a card. Now I can get back the Wellspring with my Evolution Witness. Green, play the Witness. Getting back the Wellspring allows me to draw a card and then draw a card again. And that gives me, what, 4? 4 looks. And we'll go Adapt, Green. Kind of hard to use the Refractor, but we make the clicks work. Get back the Wellspring. Okay, here we go. Wellspring. This is just so much better. Like, having the infinite mana at this point, I can do anything I want. And I think it's a lot better to be playing the Energy Refractor here than to doing nonsense like playing Chromatic Star and then just not having it once you have the combo online. You want to be just doing the thing. Okay, draw 2 cards. Didn't get there. We do have another Witness in hand. So we need to make 4 mana, cast Evolution Witness. We go green, and spam the rest of the mana here. It also can just go float 2 mana exactly. Then this cracks into a green easily. Then make green again. Adapt this Evolution Witness. Get back the Wellspring. And let's play another Wellspring. There we go. Draw a card. Another Fiend. All right. We're trying to find another... well, we need the win condition at this point. The black, Fanatical Offering, the Wellspring. There's a Krark-Clan Shaman, so that kills their board, but I can't attack yet. Finding another Fiend. So let's map, I guess. Map on... oh, map on the Witness might give me back something. Okay, let's try that. So what is revealed? Broodscale. Put it in the graveyard. That's actually neat. I didn't see that. Okay, get back this. I get to draw another card. Okay, okay. Very sweet. Draw a card. Finding a Wildfire. Let's make red. Wildfire my land. Oh, actually, I can cycle the landscape too. I didn't realize that. I'm all over the place here. This is harder than I thought. Okay, here we go. Make some mana. The Wellspring, draw a card. So there's a second Glee. There we go. Should just do this. Make black. Sadistic Glee here. Actually, now we can draw our deck with the landscape. This is sweet because we can make enough mana. Get back all the stuff. And then with the landscape, we cycle it and get it back with the Evolution Witness over and over. That's really cool. Okay, I love it. On their game 2. So, this is pretty much a race, right? They're going to be gaining a bunch of life. So, is munitions good? Like, I want one of these probably, but not both. Maybe I can just, I don't even know if Duress does anything versus them. I can just try to weather the storm, maybe? I'm going to run it back. I don't have any idea what I'm going to be trying to face. So let's just run it back. Well, actually, they might have snuff outs, right? So let's bring in the Duresses and cut the Shamans and 1 Blood Fountain. Man, this hand is so close, but sadly it's very risky. We're going to mulligan. Okay, got stuff to do. Broodscale in hand. Guess I just put back a second bridge and play my black one first, probably, in case I draw Duress. Our opponent leads on Pylons. We have a very slow hand, like bridge into turn 3 Wellspring. But having the Broodscale is good. So we're looking for the Glee. They milling Troll, Conduit Pylons, Wayfinder, Generous Ent in the graveyard. Plays a Forest, turn 2 Wayfinder, and they reveal Prowler, Land, Crawling Infestation. Whenever it makes a bunch of creature tokens, they choose Forest. Let's Duress you. Okay. Nothing going on over there. Land. So I guess I can play the Broodscale this turn in case I draw something, but that doesn't feel very good. They play the Mud. Discarding a Stinkweed Imp. It's Dredge returns. Plays a Forest. I think my hand was too slow. Looks like Duress is not that good either. It's possible that wiping their board is good. I wonder if they have stuff like Fog. Alright, they're attacking for 1. We go to 19. I think I'm just going to play the Wellspring here after playing the Swamp that I drew for turn. Finding a Landscape. So next turn, I can play the Landscape and Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. That gives me 3 mana to play Broodscale plus the Glee. I draw the Glee. They play a Stinkweed Imp so that they can red return something back. We don't draw the Glee, but we draw Malevolent Rumble. Let's try a Rumble. Finding a Wellspring and a Forest. Let's just take the Wellspring. And then we can Deadly Dispute on this Wellspring and play out my other Broodscale here. Broodscale. Your turn. Plays Rubblebelt Maverick. Puts a Giant in the graveyard. They've got 8 creature cards in the graveyard. So this is basically it for me. I have to rip the Glee right now. They get in for 3. It puts me to 13, and then they put 3 more creatures. Yeah, this is going to be it, basically. They Dredge return the Giant right now. We're going to go to 3. Unearth the Scrapwork Mutt. To Dredge Law with Giant in hand, so that is the game. Alright, Duress was bad. What did I take out? Alright, let's bring back in all my stuff. Get rid of the Duresses. Maybe the Lightning Bolts are better than the Fiends, because we can just kill their stuff on the table and then they can't use the Dredge returns. Alright, we would love to play first. Okay, we're going to mulligan this one. Darn, mulligan again. Okay, so let's get rid of the Bolt and 1 Forest. We're going to go for the turn 2 Rumble. Looking for Black Mana and Glee. Our opponent plays a Forest and passes a turn. Draw Landscape. Just go Forest and Rumble. Find the Glee. Pass the turn. So this turn we have to practice for black and then Rumble again. They cycle a Generous Ent. Plays a Rubblebelt Maverick. Surveil 2. And what do they cycle for? Haunted Mire over here. Finding an Ancient Grudge. I'll play this. Practice for black. And then since this Wellspring costs colorless, which I'll have plenty on my turn, I'm going to just Rumble right now. I find the Haunted Cloak, so that actually will kill them if they don't kill it. I'll take that. And pass the turn. They cycle a Generous End. They have to leave the Ancient Grudge open, otherwise I can kill them. Wow, they didn't. Okay, I guess you're dead. GG. That was kind of a maybe they didn't understand what was going on with that. All right, sacrifice, Broodscale. Maybe they have Snuff Out. You have Snuff Out? Looks like no. I guess they just didn't feel like they could win otherwise, so they just drew. Whatever. Draw. We have a Lightning Bolt. I'm making my creature bigger. It's getting bigger, bigger, bigger. Let's go. We have the Bolt. The Bolt can take out the Wayfinder and then have no blocks anyway. I don't think they understand. Maybe they just never seen Cloak before, or they weren't paying attention to what I chose. Is there any way for them to randomly gain life? I don't think so. Okay, we have a 30-30. Play the Bridge. Play the Haunted Cloak. Put it on my Broodscale. And attack. GG. Alright, save. Wow, GG. I think they didn't see that coming. They weren't paying enough attention. Unfortunate, but we win, and we'll see you in round 4. Okay, we're here in round 4, and we finally have the turn 2 Wildfire again. Let's keep it. That gives... Oh, double Wildfire. Nice. Alright, what's our opponent up to? Dross Forge Bridge. Alright, could be all sorts of things. I'll play my Bridge, and I'll say go. I think we want to play Forest and Wildfire getting a Swamp. And then we can Wildfire again, play the Wellspring. The next turn we can Deadly Dispute and try to combo. Great Furnace. So, yep, looks like red-black burn. We have to worry about them having interaction. We're going to Wildfire the land, grabbing a Swamp. Find a Deadly Dispute. They play a Vault of Whispers. They're using a red mana for Alms of the Vein. That deals me 3 going to 15. They're going to just discard. Snacker. Okay, very nice. Interestingly, we could hold on to the Wildfire to try to get rid of whatever their open land is. That might be useful. Let's start with this Wellspring. Draw a card. I think I'm going to pass the turn and Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. Let's see what our opponent does. They are going to put us to at least 13. Hacking with the Sneaky Snacker. Funnest thing to say. Alright, so they play 2 Epicures. They asked me if it was a new deck. Not really new, no. Okay, so we can Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. Play Refurbished Familiar. Fine. Plays a Jagged Barrens. So we're looking to combo right now. Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. Looking for the Broodscale. Didn't find it. Draw. No Broodscale. Let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So if I Deadly Dispute right now, I'll have 5 mana left over. If I Deadly Dispute my Bridge, that's probably the play. Black, red, landscape. We're going to Deadly Dispute, sacrificing the Bridge. Didn't get there. The Refractor. Jeez. Fanatical Offering the Refractor. Finally find the Broodscale, but it's going to be too late here. We have to just pass the turn. Discard Wildfire and a land. And another land. So they'd have to really not have anything. They have 6 damage. We go to 4. And a Galvanic will finish me off. Alright, so guess we want the Weathers and some Duresses. Don't really need the Krarks or the Mesmeric Fiends. And then Extra Munitions is a fine way to win the game, probably. So get rid of 1 Cloak. And then I'm going to get rid of 1 Blood Fountain. Okay, we're on the play. I thought my hand was amazing and we got wrecked. But we do have Weather the Storm this time. To stall with. Got our Jund Colorinos. Our opponent mulligans to 6 this time. Play my Bridge and pass the turn. I think I am going to Wildfire, grabbing a Forest. Jagged Barrens putting me to 19. Dealing me 1. Wildfire, ramp, grab Forest. Find a Fanatical Offering. That's pretty solid. So we can Wellspring and hold up Weather and or Fanatical Offering. They play another Jagged Barrens, putting me to 18. Find a Twisted Landscape. I'll hold on to that for cycling later at some point. Wellspring, draw a card, another landscape. That's medium. They play a Great Furnace. Let's see what they're up to. Faithless Looting. Alright, they're probably going to double spell here, and I can just Weather the Storm on the end step. This is basically a counter as well as +3 life. So it's like a counter spell that gains me 3 life. Do like that. Cast Weather the Storm, go to 24. I'll play my bridge out, pass the turn. I guess I don't know if I want to yield into the next end step, but I think I'm going to. They would play a Refurbished Familiar. We'll just get rid of Mountain. And then Fanatical Offering the Wellspring. Draw 3 cards. Duress. And Broodscale. Weather. So we can see if we can duress whatever their spell is here. We have enough. Let's see if they have double Galvanic. I guess I'm going to get rid of the demand answers. And then I'm going to cycle. Play a bridge. Pass the turn. I think we might be at the point where we just play the Broodscales and then adapt them. They have three artifacts, so they do have the Metalcraft right now. Another Duress. Let's cycle another Landscape. On the Evolution Witness. Let's Duress them again. The Galvanic Face. That is a surprise. Galvanic again? Wow. Oh, because they want... Alright, take the Fiery Temper. Are you going to cast it? Okay. Fiery Temper. Oh, guess what? Doink, Weather the Storm. Nice. Alright, so they've got Fiery Temper in hand. Plays a Refurbished Familiar. I guess I'm going to get rid of the Broodscale. Let's Deadly Dispute this map token. But Familiar from the top was kind of annoying. So we can almost get there. I think I'm going to play the Evolution Witness. If they hold up 3 mana and one of them is Great Furnace, we can Wildfire the Great Furnace, and then they don't have the mana to cast the Fiery Temper. I love the Evolution Witness stuff. It's really cool. Really, really cool. They're going to Looting. Fiery Temper. And what are they going to point it at? The Witness. We're going to Witness. What do we want to get back? I think it's the Wellspring. We can use our colorless mana to draw a bunch of cards, hopefully. We're going to take 4. Okay, so green, Broodscale. Play Sadistic Glee. Then we're going to adapt it. And make sure we always, yes. Get the yields on and we're good. Now I'm just looking for a Refractor. Finding a Deadly Dispute is good because that gives me the mana back. The colorless mana anyway. So convert my black mana into black mana again with a treasure token is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Another Glee. Really close. So maybe I can Rumble, trying to find... I'm going to Malevolent Rumble, trying to find a Refractor. Finding a Wellspring. Or a Swamp. I didn't play a land this turn, I don't think. Did not. So I think I take the Swamp because it's more lands, more cards. Because I can Fanatical Offering. Swamp. And then we'll Fanatical Offering, sacrificing this Spawn token. Looking for the Refractor. We found it! Yes! Okay. Now I can just get back my Twisted Landscapes forever. Very cool. Draw a card. What a sweet interaction. We'll go green. Make some mana. This is fun. Okay, Witness. Witness. Alright. Mana. Black. Witness. Alright. So now get back the Wellspring. Okay. They said if I show the kill, they will concede. That is totally fine. Thank you. I'm going to start with Wildfiring so that it gives me... Anyway, I'm going to Wildfire my land, grabbing some basics, and they scoop to the infinite draw with the landscapes. That was cool. Thank you, opponent. Let's try it again. Very nice. Okay, so we have Bridge into Wildfire, Deadly Dispute plus Wellspring. We could potentially turn 3 the Wellspring and then Deadly Dispute it to draw tons of cards. Feels good. They lead on Jagged Barrens. Okay, we do have the turn 3 Wellspring into Deadly Dispute. So we have, I think I'm just going to play Swamp and get my colors. Wildfire, grabbing another Swamp. So we'll have 2 of each and 1 red. Find a Landscape off the top. Our opponent has not done anything really this game so far, so let's see what they do on their turn 3. Another ping. Go to 18. Go land. Play a Wellspring. Do I even care about Deadly Disputing it right now? We find the munitions. I can't really deal with the munitions. Oh, if they have like... I don't think they have anything for munitions, but one problem could be if they have the spell that like drains us when a creature enters the battlefield. We have Sadistic Glee now. I think I'm going to play the Landscape and then sacrifice it for Forest. Maybe Forest makes sense. Maybe it should be the Mountain. It's hard to say. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, Forest. Please tell me in the comments below if you think I should have gotten a different land. I'm finding that the 3-color mana base, getting multiple lands, that's pretty difficult to actually decide what I want to get. We don't really care at this point. We're the combo deck, so if they're going to play the control role, we have lots of time. What are they going to do? Trespasser's Curse. Okay, so that does make sense. I think we can beat that, though. Active player, non-active player, right? So the non-active player resolves first. With Makeshift Munitions in play already, we can kill them on their turn. Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. Especially if we just gain a bunch of life ahead of time. We can just leave their triggers on the stack. Alright, pass the turn. Assuming I draw like a Weather the Storm is what I'm talking about. They're going to crack their Nile Spellbomb. Okay. Let's play another Refractor. Find a Broodscale. I think I'll play this Bridge and pass the turn. We're almost there. Getting rid of this Bridge. I don't think they have a way to take the Makeshift Munitions off the table. Play a Voldaren Epicure. We just need to make an infinitely large Broodscale. They discard the Snacker, so are they going to try to draw and then put the Snacker back on the table right now? They're going to Looting. That gives them the Snacker back. Then they're probably going to want to use their mana here. They just discard 2 things that don't matter, okay. Let's Deadly Dispute the extra Refractor and try to find a Weather the Storm. We didn't find it. We found Glee, though. We have double Glee. So if they don't have a way to interact, then we can win. Let's see what's going on with their hand. Double Galvanic. All right, that stinks. Let's Wildfire my land. Leaving up Jund mana to cycle if I want. Get another Mountain. Another Bridge. Play the Bridge. As I pass the turn. Maybe I have to take out their creatures. Let's see, they have Galvanic Epicure. Plays the Epicure. Okay. Kitchen Imp with Madness. Not great for me. So this is a lot of damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right now. I have 2 cards in hand. I'm going to Fanatical Offering, sacrificing Treasure Token. Finding a Deadly Dispute. I'm going to go ahead and Deadly Dispute the Treasure Token. The Map Token, I mean. Finding a Rumble. Take it in for 5. We go to 11. We can take out most of their creatures, and then, but we're still having problems with being dead to everything. Arrest you. We go Galvanic Face. Go to 7. Sneaky Snacker in hand. Okay, so we can win on their upkeep. Make a green. They play the Broodscale. Okay. They land Glee on this thing. I wonder if I should like multi-Glee just to make it easier. Glee again. I think this works the way that I think. Let's try. We're going to adapt this. Yes. Go to 5. Can we just respond to this the whole time? Let's find out. Sacrifice. Huh. Okay. All right, GG. Always yes. This is going to be annoying. But it worked. So they're dead. We got kind of lucky by having the Makeshift Munitions in play. That's just going to be quite a stack. Nice. We just had to figure out the active player, non-active player thing. Oh my goodness. I guess I should not have put so many sadistic Glees on my thing. Just gonna get pretty laggy. So I'll check back in when I get to 22 life, or 22 mana. Uh-oh. I think I messed it up. Crap. Okay. Darn, cycle. And the evolution witness. So I needed to do this on their turn, it looks like, but I wouldn't have been able to make the mana on their turn. There. Green, red, black. Cycle this one. Alright, they got me. I know there's a way to beat that, so leave me a message and let me know what you think. 1, 2, 3. Oh, dang. What if I, like, kill their creature, and then I, like, let that resolve? What? They scooped. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, opponent. That is not what I meant to have happen. Oh my goodness. That did not work out. Oh, jeez. All right, well, we'll see you in round 5. A little bit of technical difficulties. We're here in round 5, and we are 4-0. We're up against Luca Bire Skusku, and this person has been playing a lot of Jund Wildfire. We won the die roll, and we are on the play. We're going to play first. This hand is not keepable. This hand is not keepable, so we're mulliganing to 5, it looks like. So we're going to keep this hand. Our opponent also is mulliganing. They mulligan to 5. So we can put back the Krarkland Shaman and the Landscape. And then we're keeping the Cleansing Wildfire plus the Broodscale and the Wellspring for later. Our opponent mulligans to 4. Alright, so we're going to lead on the Drossforge Bridge to get our Wildfire set up. They have a Slagwoods Bridge, that's pretty expected. Drop Makeshift Munitions, which is fine, but not great. We're going to Wildfire the land. Using the ability, grabbing the Forest, and passing the turn. Opponent plays a Twisted Landscape into the Broodscale. That's pretty aggressive. Now they mulligan to 4, so I'm not expecting them to have it. And I'm thinking just Wildfire again, try to draw an untapped land, and then play my Wellspring. So now we're going to search up a land, get a forest, finding a landscape. We can play the landscape and then play the Wellspring. Opponent's turn, they lead on Swamp, and they've got the combo. Glee, plus they can just adapt their creature and attack for lethal. So now we lose. That was a really fast game 1, and they leveraged the London mulligan really well there. Alright, we're here in game 2 on the play. So I decided to cut the Mesmeric Fiends, a Blood Fountain, and the Haunted Cloak that I had, as well as the Krarkland Shamans. Although Krarkland Shaman might be useful to keep in, I brought in all the Duresses and the Lightning Bolts. Alright, we have a hand that has the Broodscale and stuff to do, plus the Lightning Bolt in hand. Opponent mulligans to 6. We're going to keep ours. Lead on the bridge and pass the turn. Our opponent, they lead on the bridge and pass the turn. Same start. Now we can go Landscape pass. Our opponent, same turn. Landscape pass. Kind of silly. I know they're actually going to play a spell. They play a Lembas. And they scry bottom. And end of turn, we're going to crack the Landscape. We grab a forest. Kind of missed that there. We're going to probably play out the Refractor. Okay, draw a card. I'm going shields down here for a second. I think I'm going to play the bridge. We're going to play the Blood Fountain so I can get more artifacts on the table. And then it's their turn. They're going to duress us. Takes the Deadly Dispute, which makes sense. Plays a land and a Chromatic Star. Passes the turn. We find another Refractor. Play the Refractor, drawing a card. Finding a Deadly Dispute. So now we can play the Twisted Landscape and pass the turn, and then Deadly Dispute on their end step if they don't go for the combo, which we can try to disrupt with the Lightning Bolt. They crack for green and draw a card. Plays a Swamp. They're Deadly Disputing their Lembas, so the Lembas is going to shuffle back into their deck, and they're going to draw 2 cards and make a treasure token. Alright, they have 6 cards in hand now. Plays a Blood Fountain. They get a blood token onto the battlefield. They're passing with 2 mana available. So now we can Deadly Dispute, and we can just Deadly Dispute the extra energy refractor here because we don't need 2 of them. It already drew us the card, so it's kind of like Deadly Disputing a Chromatic Star. We draw another Lightning Bolt and a Malevolent Rumble. That's 2 bolts in hand now. I'm going to go ahead and play the Malevolent Rumble. We have Fanatical Offering in hand. We find Evolution Witness, Makeshift Munitions, and Swamp. We're going to take the Makeshift Munitions, play the land. I can play my Munitions, and now I have Lightning Bolt available. My opponent cracks for a Forest, plays a Lembas again. They go bottom. Plays a Swamp, Blood Fountain again. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. They're passing the turn. I'm going to sacrifice my Scion and make, spawn. I decide not to. I was thinking I could Deadly Dispute the Blood token. Fanatical Offering the Blood token. We're going to Duress and see what's going on over there. They have Sadistic Glee, Broodscale, Snuff Out, and Swamp. So they have the combo. We can stop their combo with the Lightning Bolts. We just take the Snuff Out so our combo is live, and then we're going to try to draw into it. We Fanatical Offering, sacrificing the Blood token. Did not draw the combo, and we cannot actually go for... I guess we have multiple Lightning Bolts. Might as well like Wildfire at this moment. We're just going to play our Broodscale and pass the turn. Opponent discards a Swamp to the Blood token, plays a Wildfire, grabbing a land. They're going to discard another Swamp. 3 cards in hand, we know 2 of them. So I did not find the Glee. We're going to now go for the Wildfire. Play the Bridge. I didn't mean to play the Bridge. Let's Wildfire the land. Grabbing another land. Now we have Quad Bolt in hand, which is pretty silly. We're going to go ahead and Twisted Landscape for another land. Grabbing a Forest. And attack for 2. Our opponent's going to go to 18, and at end step, they crack the Lembas to gain 3 life. 4 cards in hand. They Wildfire. They still have Glee and Broodscale in hand. Wildfire again. Plays with Faithless Looting. And interestingly, they actually are discarding 2 Broodscales here. Makes sense because they can get them back with a Blood Fountain. They play a Chromatic Star and pass the turn. We're going to adapt the Broodscale. I figured I could go for beats now. We have Map token we can use. Quad Bolt. We're just going to attack for 3 and pass the turn. Using the map, and I find the Deadly Dispute, so I use the map on the Broodscale, which gives me a look at a Deadly Dispute. I keep it on top. Make this a 4/4 and get another spawn. I really should have done that pre-combat. So opponent has a bunch of cards that I don't know. They Malevolent Rumble. They find Glee, KCS, Drossforge Bridge, and Slagwoods Bridge. Plays the Krark-Clan Shaman. And then they're going to just get back their Broodscales. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artifacts on the table. They play a Mesmeric Fiend. And now they can sacrifice everything in response to the Mesmeric Fiend trigger, getting rid of one of my... maybe I should have... In reality, yeah, I should have sacrificed something to kill the Krark-Clan Shaman with the Fiend on the stack so that they couldn't actually use the Fiend in this way. I could get my Bolt back. But I don't know if it matters that much. So because they're sacrificing and killing the Fiend with this on the stack, the exile from your hand, the Bring It Back trigger will resolve, and then our card will never come back. So I'm just going to ping them with my Scions. Ping them again. They're going to resolve the exile a Bolt. I'm going to Blood Fountain back my stuff and lay out my Broodscale. We're going to start with Deadly Dispute. Deadly Disputing a land, finding Wildfire and Malevolent Rumble. But Malevolent Rumble looking for the Sadistic Glee. Did not find it. I'll take the Wellspring, because I can play the Wellspring and then just use it. We're going to Wildfire. Getting another basic, drawing a Refractor, laying out the Ichor Wellspring, which I can sacrifice if I want. So now I have triple Bolt, and I'm leaving up that interaction. Opponent Faithless Lootings, discarding Gatekeeper Broodscale. They play a Malevolent Rumble. They find Deadly Dispute Fiend, Deadly Dispute Lembas, and they choose Lembas. They play the Lembas. They're going to scry top. There's a land and passes the turn. So now I'm kind of concerned about a potential. We're gonna makeshift munitions the wellspring, shooting them. I'm worried about them having another snuff out at this point, kind of. And they're going to crack the Limbus. So now they have no open mana, but they could snuff out. I find another Malevolent Rumble, so I'm gonna try to find the Glee. Finding a Broodscale. Play the Refractor. We Wildfire the land. Getting another forest, so that's our last basic. We have Duress. Duress them, check the hand. They have Limbus, Glee, 2 Broodscales, so I'll take the Glee. I discard the Limbus, okay. I discard the Limbus to give them fewer card draws, because I have interaction for the Glee. Now I can just play my Broodscale. We're going to play the Refractor first. Play a Broodscale. Pass the turn. We have double Lightning Bolt. So if they have double Glee, double Broodscale, we can fight through it. Play the Broodscale. One thing I'm having a hard time with is, like, they can adapt this, and then at what point do you bolt it? All right, let's go ahead and play the Wellspring, draw a card. Still looking for the Glee. It's in the top 11 of our library. Find a bridge. I'm going to throw the Wellspring at them, trying to draw the Glee. We find it. So, assuming they don't have interaction, we have the win here. We try to Glee, and they scoop. All right, post board. So we're on the draw now, and I'm keeping this hand with double Swamp because I believe in the heart of the cards. Our opponent goes Bridge Pass. We find a Sadistic Glee off the top. Can I play the Swamp and then Duress them. And then I'm going to take their Sadistic Glee. Opponent's turn. They play a Faithless Looting, discarding Oof and Malevolent Rumble. I do not find a red land, but I can Wellspring and then Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. All right, your turn. They play a Landscape, a Star, 2 cards in hand. I'm feeling like we're in a good spot here. We have the combo. We just have to Deadly Dispute, and then next turn we can combo them. Opponent Deadly Disputes their Star. Now they had 5 cards in hand, so that was a good recovery for them. They Cleansing Wildfire, and plays another Cleansing Wildfire, and a Mountain. So they've shown me that they don't have bolts. We're going to Deadly Dispute the Wellspring. So we don't currently have enough to go Broodscale and then do anything about it because we can't adapt it in this turn. We need a untapped mana source. We don't find an untapped mana. So we have to just play a land and play Wildfire. Go Malevolent Rumble, finding a Landscape. That wasn't a good result for us. We can play the Blood Fountain. And then just play out the bridge. So we have a green source. Still don't have a second green source for the Broodscale. So we almost had them, it's just our mana was not really working out here. Our opponent cracks the Landscape, finding a Swamp. That gives them Snuff Out, maybe? Yeah, they have Snuff Out in hand. So if we had found the untapped source, we would have been able to go off in that turn and maybe win. All right. Our opponent has duressed us, taking my Lightning Bolt. So we know they have Snuff Out in hand. It's definitely getting tough here. Can just go for the Broodscale and the Glee, and then they snuff it, and then I just get it back. I'm going to go Wildfire on my land. Grabbing a Bolt. Pass the turn. Should probably use the Blood token to get rid of the bridge, I think. Snuff Out from the opponent is pretty good. They play Mesmeric Fiend, which gets rid of my Bolt, which also stinks. Play the Broodscale. And then they Glee the Broodscale. So now they have an infinite power creature and infinite mana this turn. So we're just going to watch them make a bunch of mana and then see what they do with it. They're making mana, making mana, making mana. Plays a Lembas. Now they can sacrifice the Lembas. So they should have gone Lembas, sacrifice Lembas to give them more value. Now they're passing with a 9/9. We have Broodscale Glee, but they have Snuff Out in hand. So we're going to go Energy Refractor, draw a card, finding a Deadly Dispute, play the Wellspring. Okay, we're going to Deadly Dispute the Energy Refractor. We find the Duress, so we can Duress their combo, or they Snuff Out my creature, unfortunately, and then they get a counter on the Glee, creature, the Broodscale. They have 1 card in hand. They have no... all they have in hand is a land, so we can just play 2 Broodscales and then block with 1 of them and then go off on the next turn. Let's see what we do. Broodscale. So as long as they just whiff, I have a block and then I can make my own creature. And then we have to be the first one to draw into the combo. But unfortunately, they rip a Lembas off the top and they crack the Lembas correctly this time. So they have land in hand. And now they scry top, finding a Faithless Looting. The Faithless Looting from the graveyard. And then they put a Sadistic Glee on the other Mesmeric Fiend. And Troublemaker Oof my Blood Fountain. I have to block with both, and now I'm dead. They're at 0 cards in hand. I can't Blood Fountain back my creatures and go off. And I end up just losing here. Let's see what happens. We can play out the Wellspring, draw a card, play Malevolent Rumble, finding a Broodscale, but that doesn't help us. We can play the Broodscale, make a bridge, or play the Glee. And then if they... Unfortunately, what happens is we don't have any way for us to go wide. If they had sacrificed an Eldrazi spawn, we could have 2 spawns of our own, because then we would have a spawn from our Glee, but unfortunately it doesn't work out. And then they Deadly Dispute, so they can Deadly Dispute again. They're going to just go ahead and attack with everything, and unfortunately we have to block with both, and that will be the game. So I was hoping that they would just... Like, I was blocking here and blocking there. I didn't block there just in case they didn't power up their creature, but they did. We get killed. We end up 4-1. I do think this deck is very strong. I think it's hard to find the optimal build. Let me know what you think about my build and about the gameplay, and hopefully you enjoyed. We'll see you in the next video.